Still addressing the comments wanting me to go through the Halloween comics, so let's get started with part 2. Here we go. In March of 2008, Devil's Due Publishing took over the rights and released Halloween Night Dance numbers 1 through 4. In it, a girl named Lisa Thomas and her friends end up crossing paths with Michael Myers, and Lisa eventually learns of a connection that she could never have anticipated. After the bodies start piling up, Lisa is forced to confront her fears head-on, whether she likes it or not. In August of 2008, Halloween 30 Years of Terror was released. This was a 5-story anthology set during different timelines throughout the franchise. The first story was called Trick or Treat, and it featured Mary and her husband on Halloween night in 1978. They are the home that the kids run to after Michael Myers attacks in order to call for help. Technically, this story takes place between Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2. The next story was called POV, and it was a split story. Half from Michael Myers' perspective and half from the perspective of a beauty queen as they eventually come face to face in a confrontation. The next story is called Visiting Hours, and it bridges the gap between Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection. What it focuses on is Laurie Strode once she's been traumatized yet again, and she's taking time to remember moments from the past. The fourth story is called Tommy and the Boogeyman, and it basically focuses on, yet again, a grown-up Tommy Doyle. In this timeline, however, he's a comic book artist who decides to create a comic all about Michael Myers, and this comic turns out to basically be Halloween 4 through 6. The final story is called Repetition Compulsion, and basically this one's about an older Sam Loomis as he teams up once again with Marion Chambers in order to get a fresh clue as to Michael Myers' location. This takes place in the Halloween 4 and 5 continuity, so the two rush to a local school just a bit too late to prevent the death of a teacher that Michael Myers has been stalking for just a little while. Finally, in September of 2008, Halloween, the First Death of Laurie Strode began. This was intended to be a 3-issue series, but unfortunately, only 2 issues ever came out. The story takes place after the events of Halloween 1 and 2, when Laurie Strode finds a diary of the late Judith Myers, and she learns that Michael Myers always had psychopathic tendencies. Soon, bodies start appearing once again, and Loomis shows up to assist as well as he can. Both of them know that Michael Myers is back, so they decide to work together in order to prepare for their newest confrontation. Unfortunately, the 3rd issue is the final confrontation, and it was never released by Devil's Due. So that's it. That is all the comics that Michael Myers ever appeared in. Let me know what other icons you want to see me talk about in those comments below.